Dave Zarin. Thanks for joining us today on It's Academic. Let's get to our opening round. We start our teams out with 100 points. In this opening round, 10 points for each correct answer, 10 points off should our teams miss. All right, teams, let's get started here. You can change your score with these questions about fictional, legendary, and biblical characters who are changed into different forms. All right? Fictional, legendary, biblical characters changed into different forms. We begin. This doctor drank chemicals that turned him into Mr. Hyde. Glenn L.
Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll, that's right, Matt. Next. He became a giant insect in the Metamorphosis. Middletown. What you got, guys?
Gregor.
Gregor or Gregor Samsa. We take that. Absolutely right. Good. He turns into the Hulk when he gets angry. Glenell.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner is right. Next. In the Odyssey, this sorceress turned men into swine. Middletown.
Circe.
Circe, you got it, Sarah. Next. The wife of this biblical man was turned into a pillar of salt. Yeah, Middletown.
Lot.
That was Lot, yeah. This character acquired a donkey's head in A Midsummer. Middletown.
Bottom.
Bottom is right. You got it, Evan. Next, Athena changed a beautiful woman into this snaky-haired Gorgon. Glenell.
Medusa.
Medusa, that's it, Matt. And lastly, as a boy, he was briefly changed into a hawk by Merlin. Glenell.
Arthur.
Arthur it is. Nicely done. That's the end of the opening round on It's Academic.
It's Academic with David Zarin. It's Academic brought to you by Giant. New things are happening at Giant. And by Morgan State University. Growing the future, leading the world.
So nice to have you here today. Thanks for spending a part of your day with It's Academic. We've got a great crowd out there. We've got lots of signs, a couple cute little bell ringers there in the second row. And we've got 9 great players with us today. Let's meet the first 3. They hail from Perryville High School. And Izzy and Caleb, nice to have you here for the first time. And Emily, we haven't seen you since you were a freshman, and now you're a senior. Welcome back. Izzy, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a sophomore at Perryville. Outside of It's Academic, I write and I do tennis.
Wonderful. So you're a busy young lady. Nice to have you with us today. Emily.
Hi, I'm a senior at Perryville High School, and besides It's Academic, I'm part of the National Honor Society and varsity soccer and varsity tennis. And I'd like to thank our alternate, Abby, for coming out today.
Abby's an important part of this team. She appreciates that, as do we, that you mentioned her. Caleb, our freshman here today, looking very sharp over there. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Caleb. I am a freshman. I do soccer and marching band.
Yeah, so you're a musician, and you're an athlete, and you're a scholar. You got it all going for you. All right. Look at your monitor, Perryville. These are for you. 20 points for each correct answer. No points should you miss. We begin. An unsafe murder. No murder is safe, so if you can see if you can find in this phrase the name of what part of the body also referred to as the thigh bone.
Femur?
Femur it is, yep. Berating you, supplicating you, venerating you. If someone is begging you to do something, they're taking which of these actions?
Supplicating you?
That's it. Thank you, Izzy, for your assist. Next, the blank of man and the bill of blank. What same word is needed in both blanks to name a political work by Thomas Paine and the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
Right.
Rights it is, yep. Barium, cobalt, and nitrogen. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements, and you'll get the name of what English essayist thought by some to have written some of Shakespeare's plays.
Bacon.
Bacon, yeah, Francis Bacon it is. And lastly, let's cool it, brothers. These were the last words of what militant African-American leader who changed his last name from Little to a letter of the alphabet.
Z.
It was X. Malcolm X is what we were looking for. Still a good round for Perryville. That's 180. And we head next to our second team, the boys in the red shirts and the black ties wearing their school colors from Glenn L. and Sam and Robert and Matt. Nice to have you here for the very first time. I know you were alternates before, so here you are in the big time. Sam, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a senior at Glenelg High School. Outside of its academic, I am in the National Honor Society, and I shadow at a hospital. And I would like to thank our friends and family for being here today.
Got a lot of them out there. You're in a great mood today, Sam. I like that. Robert, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm a senior at Glenelg. Besides its academic, I'm a member of the robotics team, the Freshman Mentor Program, and I'm an Eagle Scout candidate. I would like to thank our coach, Mr. Morton, and our principal, David Burton, for coming out to support us today.
And they'll be here in just a few moments. How close to Eagle are you, Robert?
Just 2 or 3 weeks away at this point.
Congratulations to you. You're welcome. Matt, tell us the Matt story.
I'm a senior at Glenelg High School. Outside of its academic, I'm in orchestra, choir, math team, and I'm the president of Computer Club. I'd like to thank our alternates, Justin, Travis, and Izzy, for being here today.
So you have a shadow team out there, huh? That's great. What instruments do you play?
Violin.
Violin. Wonderful. All right, gentlemen, look at the monitor. And Sam, look at the monitor there, if you would, please. A Greener gyroscope. Look carefully at this phrase and see if you can find hidden within it the name of what cabinet department concerned with nuclear and solar power.
Energy.
That's it. Economizing, reading, or exercising. A person who is scrimping is doing which of these?
Exercising.
No, they're economizing. They're economizing. Next. Here you see the Greek letter rho, R-H-O. Add 3 English letters and you'll name what Greek island famous for its ancient Colossus.
Rhodes.
That's it, the Colossus of Rhodes. Boron, radium, and dysprosium. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements to spell the last name of what American noted for his Civil War photographs.
Borad.
It's B-R-A-N-D-Y, so it's Brady we're looking for, Matthew Brady. Good try. Lastly, he who enters a university walks on hallowed ground. Think of this when you take your SATs. These words were spoken on the 300th anniversary of what? Massachusetts University, the oldest in the country.
Harvard.
That's it. Nicely done, Glenelg. Takes you to 200 points. We move next, last and certainly not least, the team from Middletown, all new to our program here. Garrett and Evan and Sarah, nice to have you with us today. Garrett, tell us a little about yourself, if you would.
Hi, I'm Garrett. I'm a junior, and I'm the captain of the Middletown tennis team.
Wonderful. All right. Good to have you with us. And Evan, our captain.
My name is Evan Ruderman. I'm a 16-year-old junior at Middletown High School. Besides its academic, I'm an executive producer on my school's morning broadcast, and I would like to thank our alternate, Eric Fields, for coming out to support us today.
I would never known you were on the air from that voice. You're just terrific. What a wonderful voice you have.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sarah, welcome to you.
I'm Sarah Martin. I'm 16 years old. I'm a junior at Middletown High School, and I recently participated in the All-National Vocal Ensemble in Texas.
Wow, and how did you all do?
We did pretty well.
I bet so. Thanks for sharing that with us, Sarah. All right, Middletown, look at your monitor. These are for you. Thank leprechauns. You'll be thankful if you can find in this phrase what anatomical joint located just below the tibia and the fibula bones.
Ankle.
That's it. Disturbed, athletic, or self-satisfied. Which of these words would best describe someone who is complacent?
Self-satisfied.
Yes, sir. Light in blank and the guns of blank. To complete these titles by novelist William Faulkner and historian Barbara Tuchman, add what word identifying the last full month of summer?
August.
Yes, sir. Tungsten, helium, and astatine. Combine the chemical symbols for these elements, and you'll name what major grain crop of which Kansas is a leading producer.
Wheat.
It is wheat. And lastly, shining sister of the white streams of Canaan. A French poet used these words to describe what galaxy whose billions of stars include our own solar system.
The Milky Way.
That's it. Well done, Middletown. 240. Back to It's Academic. You know, today's winner is moving on to the playoffs, but none of our players is going home empty-handed. That's because the Baltimore Orioles are once again proud to support It's Academic, and will be providing tickets for all of today's competing students. You know, celebrating the success of our young people makes us all fans. To find out more about the Orioles' involvement in education and in the lives of youth in our community, why don't you visit them? Go to OriolesReach.com. And before you head out to that ballpark, check us out on the It's Academic Facebook page. Let's check that score before we ask any more questions. Close game. Perryville right now 180, Glenelg at 200, and Middletown at 240. Nicely done, everybody. We move next to the picture perfect round. Everybody plays. There's a picture with each of these questions. 20 points for each correct answer, 20 points off should you miss. Team's first picture coming into view. Surely you recognize these as the eggs of what marine mollusk with 8 tentacles? Perryville.
Octopus.
Octopus, you got it, Caleb. Well done. Mount Vesuvius still presents a threat as it looms over the bay of what third largest Italian city? Yeah, Middletown.
Naples.
Naples, you got it, Garrett. Next, flamingos like this, as well as giant tortoises, make their home on what group of Ecuadorian? Yes, Middletown.
The Galapagos.
That's it, Evan. Next, what is the average of these 3 expressions? Glenelg.
X plus 2.
It is X plus 2. Thank you. Thank you, Matt, for your assist. Next, in 1819, an eyewitness painted the Pawnees and U.S. officials meeting at Council Bluffs in what Hawkeye state? Hawkeye State? Yes, Perryville.
Iowa.
That's nicely done. Right under the wire there, Emily. Next, what 2-word name identifies this 18th century Habsburg empress who defended her turf in both the War of the Austrian Succession and the... Yes, Middletown.
Maria Theresa.
Absolutely right. Good answer, Garrett. Next, elected in 1844, this Middletown...
Polk.
It is Polk. Well done. Last picture coming up. Matisse painted this work when he was in Nice, a French city on what sea? Separating, yes, Middletown.
Mediterranean Sea.
Mediterranean it is. And that's the end of the picture perfect round. Welcome back. Lots of cheering out there for 9 great players, and they are now joined by the coaches and administrators at our 3 fine schools. Let's meet them all. Let's go first to Perryville, currently with 220 points. And Emily, who'd you bring with you today?
We brought our wonderful coach, Mr. Weiss, and he's also the AP Calculus teacher at our school.
The wonderful Mr. Weiss. I like that. Thanks for being here and for all you do for these young people, Mr. Weiss. Next, with 220 points as well, the team from Glenelg, and they didn't get your memo about the red shirt and the black tie. Who are they back there, Robert?
To my right is our fantastic principal, Mr. Burton, and to my left is our wonderful coach and chemistry teacher, Mr. Morton.
Fantastic and wonderful. I like those adjectives. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here and for supporting these young men here. And with 340 points in the lead, we have the team from Middletown. And, Evan, some very familiar figures back there. Tell us who they are.
To my right is our coach, Mr. Kirkendall, who is an AP US and Econ and Geography teacher at Middletown. Directly behind me is our wonderful principal, Mrs. Jeffrey. And to my left is our other coach, Mr. Thomas, who teaches AP Chemistry and Chemistry.
Wonderful people all. Thank you all for so many years of supporting this team here. Good to have you with us. You know, in our next round of questioning, should our teams answer all 8 of our questions correctly, we award them 25 bonus points, and we make a fuss about it. We light up lights, we release balloons, and the lights are flashing right now in front of Robert. So, Robert, would you be good enough to pick packet 1, 2, or 3 for the Perryville team?
Packet 1.
Packet 1. All right. Izzy and Emily and Caleb, I have faith in you. Let's get all 8 of these. All right, here we go. Charlotte's Web has the distinction of having a title character who is what kind of creature of the class Arachnida?
A spider?
A spider, that's it. It was a 5th century Christian hermit who finally brought an end to combat between what enslaved fighters like Spartacus who fought in Rome's Colosseum?
Gladiator?
Gladiators, that's it. Thanks, Caleb. Next, Maps of North America display the Great Lakes, but maps of what other continent show the Great Barrier Reef?
Australia.
That's it. Science question for you. Look at your monitor if you would, please. An atom of an element is identified by the number of which of these?
Protons.
Yes, ma'am. It wasn't until after the Bolshevik Revolution that Russians switched from the ancient Julian system to what calendar named for a 16th century pope?
Gregorian.
Gregorian indeed. Thanks, Izzy, for your assist there. Literary analysts still don't know exactly when Samuel Clemens started using the two-word pen name by which he is best known.
Mark Twain.
That's Mark Twain, yeah. Here's a math question for you, Perryville. Look at that monitor, please. Evaluate this expression, giving me your answer as a positive integer, please.
18.
It is 18. 25 bonus points if you get this. Listen carefully. In 2012, NASA launched a pair of heavily armored spacecraft to explore what radiation belts that encircle the Earth.
Asteroid belt.
Oh, good try. It was called the Van Allen belt. Still a good round for Perryville. It takes you to 360. Good job. All right, we came this close to giving away those bonus points. It might happen for Glen L. Evan, 2 or 3 for Glen L?
3.
Let's give him 3. All right, Sam and Robert and Matt, I want to see some balloons here. I'm counting on you. Let's get all 8. Author C.S. Lewis created a planet called Paralandra that is also known by what name identifying the real planet second from the sun?
Venus.
Venus is right. According to a recent survey, the U.S. city with the best mobile networks is what capital city of Michigan?
Lansing.
That's it. The vice president serves as the presiding officer of the Senate, but he may cast a vote only in what circumstance?
A tie.
That's it. Here's a science question for you on the monitor, please. When a plant's primary root is its largest root, with only small secondary roots, the large primary root is called which of these?
The taproot.
It is the taproot, absolutely. During the Civil War, soldiers aided by the U.S. Sanitary Commission, they were aided by the U.S. Sanitary Commission, the forerunner of what organization founded in 1881 by Clara Barton?
The Red Cross.
It is the Red Cross. Thank you, Sam. It was in 1949 that what author wrote the classic novel 1984?
Orwell.
That's it. Math question. Glenell, on your monitor, what is the area of this right triangle if B equals 5?
25.
25 it is. All right, 25 points in my hands here if you answer this correctly. Both America and Britain received a present on Christmas Eve when what treaty ending the War of 1812 was signed?
Paris. The Treaty of Paris.
Treaty of Ghent was the right answer. Still a good try by Glen L. Takes you to 360. All right, you're my last hope. I want to see some excitement around here, all right? Packet number 2. Let's get all 8 of these. Sarah, Evan, and Garrett. Here we go. Ironically, it was an English firm that made what patriotic American symbol that was rung in Philadelphia to mark the first reading of the Declaration of Independence?
The Liberty Bell.
That's it. A silent film actor named Robert Frazier was the first to star in a movie portrayal of what legendary outlaw of Sherwood Forest?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. In 1967, the world's first heart transplant took place in what country that later elected Nelson Mandela as its first black president?
South Africa.
That's it. Science question for you on your monitor. Which of these objects is the best example of a convex surface?
Crystal ball.
It is a crystal ball. Yes, sir. Among the Chinese symbols for good luck is the flower named for what mythical Greek youth who fell in love with his own reflection?
Narcissus.
That would be he. Math question for you. If you look at your monitor, please perform the indicated operation, giving your answer as an integer. It is 12, yes. Next question. Fortune tellers read tea leaves, but anyone can read Leaves of Grass, a work by what 19th century American poet?
Walt Whitman.
That is Walt Whitman. And now your 25-point bonus question. Here 'tis. The federal government lacked the authority to impose an income tax until the ratification of what number amendment to our Constitution?
16th.
You got it! 16 points. Middletown. 5-25. And welcome back. It's time now to head to the grab bag round. Let's check that score before we get started. Right now, Perryville is at 360. Glenelg is at 360. And Middletown is at 525. In this final round, questions are worth 20 points up or down. We have some visuals in here worth 30 points up or down. Teams, you're playing well. Good luck. We begin. Basketball wasn't the only team sport developed in Massachusetts. So was what net sport that now has a popular beach variety? Glenelg.
Volleyball.
Volleyball. You got it, Matt. Something in the Blood is the appropriate title of a recent biography of what author of Dracula? Glenelg.
Stoker.
Bram Stoker. You got it, Robert. Next. The Borzoi is a breed of Russian hound once raised to hunt what sort of wild animal? Encountered by Peter in a musical fable. Yes, Middletown.
Wolf.
The wolf is right, Sarah. 30-point question. Everyone look at your monitor. That mustache was a source of pride to what U.S. Supreme Court justice known as the Great Dissenter? That's Oliver Wendell Holmes. Next, a recent biography of the Russian monk Rasputin is subtitled Faith, Power, and the Twilight of what royal dynasty? Yeah, Middletown.
Romanov.
Romanov is right, Garrett. If a weight of 120 pounds is 5 feet from the center of a seesaw, how many feet from the center must a 150-pound weight be to balance it? Glenelg.
6.
4. Good try, Matt. 4 feet. Next. It's an adventure story with anthropological insights, said one critic about what William Golding novel? Yes, Middletown.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies is it, Evan. Another 30-point question. Look at your monitor. His mind was like a soup dish, wide and shallow. Here you have an unflattering description of what Democrat who ran for the presidency 3 times and argues against evolution in the 1925 Scopes trial. Yeah, Glenelg.
Brian.
Brian William Jennings Bryan. Well done, Sam. Next, a 17th century Amsterdam militia blunder busts its way to fame when it hired what artist who painted its members as the Night Watch? That was Rembrandt. Next, if you'd been on the winning side at the Alamo, you would have toasted the success of what Mexican general? Yes, Middletown.
Santa Anna.
Santa Anna it is, and that buzzer says our game is over. We will be right back. And our scores are now official. First, congratulations with 360 points. The team from Perryville. Emily is in. Caleb. Next with 410, what a game they had, that team from Glenelg, Matt, Robert, and Sam. And with 6:05, they're headed to the playoffs. Today's winner, Middletown. Sarah, Evan, and Garrett. Join us next week for a playoff match between Centennial, Frederick, and Baltimore City College. I hope to see you then. I'm Dave Zarin. Audience, come on down.